We're here to set your mind at ease and open the gateway to your imagination through our vocal cords to your hearing drums. Sit back and relax and let us take control for a little while. Stay tuned. Okay, I think we're on live now. Seeker, if you can still hear us, let us know. If you hear the echo, please let me know.
I'm just finishing up a text with one of our co-hosts.
We'll get going with the conversation here. Don't want to make you wait. And if there's an echo, I don't want to keep playing it. Podbean has been giving me issues with playing audio. Yeah, the microphone works good. Some with playing songs on their hosting page here. You play a song on there and it doesn't work very well. Looks like it's playing good on my end, but everybody who listens says they can't hear it well, or they just say there's an echo. But anyway, this won't be on the podcast version. Well, that won't be on the podcast version, just this part we're talking now. So, welcome to episode 18 of the PYSO podcast. That stands for Pour Your Soul Out. Mixture of everything in the world you can basically want to talk about. We pretty much will talk about it.
Yeah.
But I figured a good topic to talk about would be horror podcasts and paranormal podcasts. We're going to turn that down. Thank you very much. Sorry about that.
I hope it doesn't go off.
Unprofessionally. But through the years, we started with Paranormal Podcast back in 2013 together. And then through the years, I've had a couple of horror podcasts that I hosted. And then...
Those were probably a lot more intense than ours were. You did really well.
Yeah.
Our other ones were laid back.
And that's what I wanted to bring conversation about, because I have experience in both, and I know how I feel personally, what's more fun to discuss, and what brings for a more entertaining show, but I want to know what the fans think, or what people listening feel like.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people like paranormal stuff,
I do.
But it's where you get into how many subtopics are in the topic of paranormal, and how many subtopics are in the topic of horror. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting here watching a horror movie called Cooties right now. Funny horror.
Yeah, comedy horror.
Bloody. But it's a good movie.
I've been watching it too.
I can put
barely.
I can put 10 horror movies on and 10 paranormal movies on, and I bet you I stick around on the horror movies longer.
Oh, no, I absolutely would too.
Way longer than I do the paranormal movies.
I don't like paranormal shows.
So when you get to the podcast, and you got to think, okay, well, when you listen to paranormal podcasts, they're so different. Some can be about ghosts,
Bigfoot,
UFOs, Loch Ness, all of them.
Yeah.
Anything. Conspiracy theories, all that good shit. But then you get into horror, and you're like, okay, well, you can discuss movies. Any horror movie under the planet, you can talk about on a podcast, and it will fit, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't like sitting and listening to the horror podcasts because I haven't watched a lot of the shows, or I don't remember them.
Movies.
Like I know, or movies.
Movies.
The old show.
Yeah, the old picture show.
Yeah, I watched a picture show. I've always called them shows instead of movies.
What's that door shut?
I don't know what.
We're in our studio here, getting a little...
I have
Let's get a little cozy. Let's get a little cozy.
I'll shut that off and you'll get better audio.
Yeah, hopefully it's alright. But, yeah, the horror movie thing, I guess I like it because, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I love hosting them, but I don't listen to a lot of them. But the ones I do pick are ones from movies that I've already seen.
Yeah. Yeah, like the one we were listening to in the car the other day. Yeah.
Because I know what they're talking about, and I can relate to it.
I kind of knew what they were talking about on those ones. Only because we've watched them recently.
Yeah. Friday the 13th Part 2, Halloween 2. Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny because I sit and I listen to you listening to the podcast and correcting them And they sound like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then you correct them, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That was in the movie, not what they said.
It is amazing how many people don't do their research or aren't as interested as I feel they should be if they're doing a podcast on the subject.
No, because we do podcasts on stuff we're not informed on.
If I'm going to start a horror movie podcast, I better know a lot about horror movies.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm talking
But
about.
we're like kind of, we just do all simple topics.
Oh,
everyday
yeah.
topics. And
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. These two now. So, paranormal we've done.
yes.
We talked about ghosts mainly. Places we've gone and investigated the paranormal. Maybe places we've gone and saw UFOs, sky watching. Maybe places we've gone in the woods, maybe looking for Bigfoot.
The funny thing that cracks me up about all of that is we'll go to a cemetery to sky watch. So you like do both at the same time.
If you're not seeing anything in the sky, you pull out your voice recorder and is there anybody here with us? Let me know.
And then you hide behind a stone and scare somebody.
Thanks for those hearts. Please let that heart meter reset and click another one for us.
Yeah, we have heart wars on some of our shows. Everybody in the room will start hearting as many as they can get.
Yeah, since we're just starting out, we're stupid with all that.
Yeah, trying to get popular.
Pointless engagement stuff. We just want to be on the searches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just want to get popular enough to have more entertaining shows.
Content, yeah.
Yeah, and having people typing in the chat room always leads to better conversation.
Yeah, that's why I wrote in the description about letting us know about what you prefer. If you're listening to us now, what do you prefer, horror podcasts or paranormal podcasts? How did you find us? I don't know. This person's picture seeker looks religious-y.
Oh, okay.
Seeker, seems kind of deep.
Or a seeker of the unknown.
So, how did you come up with your name? Is it paranormal related or horror related, or is it either religious related? I don't know. But I digress. Back to the show. Okay, so we've done both paranormal podcasts, horror podcasts.
And you've done horror podcasts.
I personally love horror podcasts because movies are just, you can pick what movie you want to talk about, and you're basically talking about somebody else's work, but telling your opinion on it. Which is what I believe a podcast is conversations, which is what we want to talk to. We don't. We hear all these other shows that are so edited and perfect and crisp and
like they were reading.
Yeah, they're all scripted sounding. They cut out every little space and gap and all that. And I'm like, look, that's not a podcast to me. A podcast to me is sit down in a room. I remember when podcast they first started, and you would see like these celebrities sitting in their kitchen, with a microphone in front of them and a microphone in front of their buddy, and they're just talking. That was podcasting to me.
Yeah.
Not scripted reading of a story that you've told 20 times, and I don't know what they say. In short, for seeker of knowledge. Okay.
See, seeker of knowledge.
Yep.
And that's what we do, pretty much.
Pour Your Soul Out, with the name that whenever it came out for us was because we're so open to everything, and we want everybody who listens to us or interacts with us to pour their souls out to us and let us know what you enjoy, and we can learn from you if you can learn from us.
I think everybody believes what they need to believe. Nobody's right or wrong, and we take from other people's beliefs and they take from ours. So if we maybe change somebody's mind about something or learn something new, we've done what we want to do.
Yeah.
And how we get ready for our podcasts, we go, what do you want to talk about? Okay. And then we turn it on and we talk. We don't even know how to start it, really. We just do it.
Oh, no, we don't know how. I really don't want to.
Oh, we know how. We just
don't want to feel scripted. I don't want to feel, hey, I got to do this. I got to talk like that. I got to do this. I got to do that. Never wanted that.
Yeah.
Those are the best quality ones, I guess you could say, but there's a million of those out there.
Speaking of quality.
Yeah, whatever. I like the more personal, conversational.
Yes.
Discussion.
Just like we're doing now.
Discussion type shows. So, anyway. So, hopefully you are finding some more knowledge if you're seeking it. Knowledge on podcasts. Nah. Are you a podcast regular? Do you listen to them a lot? We know some people one person I guess, who listens to them a lot. you know, a lot of times of the day, I guess, podcasts.
Yeah.
We want to know if people who listen to us are regular podcast listeners and just making the rounds, or are you actually like searching for specific topics and we came up on that topic? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mind if I call in? I do not mind if you call in. We're going to give this a try. Welcome the Axiom World to the show.
Wait, does he have a headset or
Oh, yeah. Let's not play the show. I'm sure you probably know if you're listening to the podcast how to call into a show, but I don't think we should. I hope we don't get any echo, but yeah.
I don't know what you have plugged in right now.
I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, there is going to be an echo from the computer to the microphone because we don't have our headset.
Right.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. If we can find our headset to plug in, we will...
I only have the earbuds.
Invite the call. That's all we need. Plug into that thing right there.
What, we each put one in our ear?
Yeah, we need to plug into that thing right there.
Do.
Hold on 1 second for us. Axiom World, let us know if you like podcasts, and if you do, horror or paranormal, which one would you say you prefer? We've talked about both in our 8 years of podcasting, so curious to see what route to take this new show. I like horror more than paranormal, but we can discuss each pretty lengthy, so...
You can't use the Xbox headset, can you?
No. You got that one? I got one in that drawer right there.
Okay. Well, then we don't have to share a set. That's kind of nice.
Oh, no. Be patient with us. Hold on 1 second.
Here, honey.
What do you got? You.
Are those longer than these ones? I can move over.
You're gonna move over. Alright, we're working on it.
Let's see how this works.
See how this works.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to lean in.
Just listening for now. Dealer's choice. Yeah, we're gonna take a call.
Try to.
See what happens. Just see what happens, and
Is someone else in the room?
yeah, Axiom World just joined.
Welcome.
Just listening. Gonna invite you a speaker now. See what happens.
How's that work?
Hey guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, just relaxing.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you listening, man.
Yeah, really. And calling in.
Let's see, as far as horror or paranormal podcasts, I would have to say, I don't really watch TV or TV shows or movies or anything, so I would have to say, like, paranormal podcasts.
Alright.
Oh, you enjoy paranormal stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something... I mean, what drew you to our page? Like, how did you find us?
Well, honestly, I was just scrolling through to see who was on, and I saw yours, and I was like, I wonder what this is.
Oh, cool. Well, that's how you get listeners.
Yeah, because we're not sure how the search thing goes yet on Podbean, but well, for paranormal, what would be your main, I'd say, subtopic, I guess, in the paranormal that you like listening about? Do you like scary stories? Do you like real experiences? Do you like, what's your favorite part of the paranormal?
Like real life occurrences. There's actually one podcast that I've been listening to for the past couple of weeks. And this guy, he goes into all kinds of different things. I think so far he's talked about Bigfoot and cattle mutilations, Skinwalker Ranch, UFOs, plus a bunch of government conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And basically, what he does is, at first, he explains the background of it and what people think it is, and some experiences people have had. And then he's like, okay, now this is what the Bible says about it.
I'm not a religious person per se, but I'm I have a lot of faith, I guess. I don't go to church religiously, But I believe there's a greater power. I guess we both do. And I want to believe in Jesus and, all of that. And a lot of people don't agree with the things that we believe in, like the paranormal stuff, because they think it's a sin or that it's demons.
I always say everything's possible, so don't say anything's not possible.
Yes,
but
yeah.
I never, I wouldn't.
I've never had that experience.
No, I guess not.
Not a demonic experience. I've had negative feelings about the paranormal.
Yeah,
but
I guess.
Are we saying?
Would he say that the religious things that he talks about are more that he tries to get everything's pretty evil?
Well, basically, what he explains is that a lot of stuff in the paranormal world, it's actually real. It's just people's assumptions about what it is is hardly ever correct.
That's basically, we talked about that a lot. We talked a couple episodes ago, but yeah, what the hardest thing is to tell people that come to you with their expectations of the paranormal and then giving them the reality of it, and they're very disappointed.
Yeah, like people, we've helped run a haunted location years ago, but we've come across people that, every single little thing is paranormal. And then there's people that, are skeptics like us. We believe we've seen some crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. But yet,
well, it's also not getting thrown across the room and getting possessed every week in a different location.
It's not
TV ratings.
Demonic type stuff. And I've been doing it for 20 years. You've been doing it for at least 20 years or more. We've been investigators, so we kind of know what it's about. And I'd say 99% of what you think is paranormal is not when you're searching for it.
Well, if you can actually investigate and not assume, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find logical explanations for a lot of it.
What's your actual opinion on the paranormal? Real, fake, skeptical? What do you think?
I think it's a combination of all of them. Like, I think most of the time, it's just people mistaking it for something else. Mm-hmm. But on the few occasions, it's actually real, but at the same time, what most people think it is isn't what they think it is.
So, like, if we're contacting a child, it's not really a child. That type of not contacting.
No, like if you hear a knock in your basement and they think it's the devil, maybe I think it is their pipes. Is that what you think?
No, I think he's going a little more spiritual with it.
I don't know.
Like can you give us an example?
Yeah.
Well, an example of an entire town mistaking something for something paranormal. One of the previous episodes I just listened to a couple days ago was an episode about mysterious noises. And one of the incidents was, I forget where it was, but there was a small town. Mm-hmm. And this children's lullaby would be sung in a little girl's voice, like super loud, and you could hear it through the whole town. And no one knew where it was coming from or anything, and it went on for like 2 years, just off and on at random times.
Oh, weird.
And it was freaking people out. And finally, a group of guys got sick of it, and they tracked down where the noise was coming from, and it was a guy's security system. He had a motion-activated security system on some old factory, and whenever the system got triggered, it would play a children's lullaby really loud over a loudspeaker.
That's funny.
And they also found out that what was triggering the sensors was a spider. Apparently, it was trying to build a web in front of one of the sensors or something.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's what we see on the news and stuff too. They show it's just a spider eating a fly or building a web.
They'll say it's
so close to the lens that
walking
people
across
are like,
the camera.
It's a spirit orb flying across the lens.
You can't get me started on orbs now.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
another story.
Go ahead.
Another story that this isn't someone thinking it's supernatural and it wasn't. No, this was actually like something supernatural. But people would attribute it to like some distant ancestor of humankind or something.
Okay.
Maybe a Bigfoot. And what it was this former Marine moved to I don't know, some state near the Cascade Mountains. But he got a job as a sheriff's deputy, and he got off work one day, and it was a gorgeous day out, so he decided to go for a hike. Well, when he was hiking up this mountain, he sees somebody standing up behind a boulder, just looking at him. And first he thinks it's the person. And he like tilts his head, like what the hell is that? And whatever it was tilted its head, and like it's mimicking him. What the hell? And he's standing there looking at it, and all of a sudden the thing stands straight up and walks out from behind the boulder, and it was like 8 feet tall and 400 pounds and just covered in hair. And, holy shit! And he reaches for his sidearm, and he's fumbling for his sidearm and everything, but he's keeping his eyes on this thing, and he can't get his gun out. And finally, he looks down and gets his gun out, and when he looks up, it's gone.
Alien.
And so, instead of like anybody else would, instead of turning around and going away, he goes up to the boulder.
Okay.
The thing isn't anywhere around, and there's only one path it could take, because the other way was off a cliff.
Yeah.
So he follows this path, and he's walking down this path for about half an hour, and he can't see anything. And then he starts to notice that the sun is starting to set, and he's like, okay, I gotta start getting back. So he turns around and starts walking back down the path, and then all of a sudden he hears an extremely sharp crack and a thunderous boom. One of the trees behind him broke and collapsed onto the ground. And it surprised him, but he didn't think anything of it. He's like, okay, a tree fell.
Yeah.
So he keeps walking. Well, about 2 minutes later, another tree falls right in front of him. And he's like, okay, one tree, yes. 2 trees, no.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
he goes to his left a little bit and starts picking up speed. Well, as he picks up speed, he hears another tree behind him. And he's like, what the? He's like, 3 trees! And so he starts sprinting. Well, as he's sprinting, he's hearing trees on his left and his right just falling over and smacking the ground loud as hell.
Yeah.
And the falling trees are following him down the path. And he runs and runs and runs. And finally he makes it to this clearing, and there's a deer in the clearing. And the deer just looks up at him, cocks its head, looks behind him, and then freaks out and runs away. And he didn't look back or anything. He just hauled ass to his fucking car and got in his car and just took off.
Yeah.
And when he got back to the sheriff's office, he told the sheriff what he saw, and the sheriff was like, I believe you. We get like at least 10 of those reports a month. We haven't been able to figure anything out.
What do you say about it?
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, how does something just disappear that's 400 damn pounds?
Okay, that's your theory of that's why they only find one big footprint.
It's not a theory.
Yeah, well, that's your funny.
Theory.
Yeah, it's a joke, but he always says they only find one footprint because it's an alien. It gets sucked back up into the. It just comes down, touches down,
and then just
and it gets sucked right back up. Maybe they'll come down taking a soil sample or something.
But honestly, I mean, like, if somebody can see them with such detail, and say they were this color, this hairy, this weight, and then they just disappear, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
It's not a purely physical form.
Yeah, that
there
makes
we
sense.
go. That's what I wanted to hear. Keep going with that.
It can become a physical form when it wants to. And that's how, because one thing that freaked this cop out was a tree would fall behind him, and then all of a sudden a tree would fall in front of him, like to the right, but he never saw anything going through the woods to get around him.
Yeah.
Just suddenly, bam, there's another one. And he's like, what the hell? And
What
it's
time
because it's not a purely physical form.
What time of day was it?
What time of day?
Yeah, like what? Like it was a dark, light, what?
I think from the story,
The sun was going down.
Was it going down?
he got off work early, so when he started his hike, it was probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh,
And
that's
then
bright.
when he decided to turn around, right before the trees started falling, that's when he started to notice that the sun was heading down.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know, man.
Like,
I've never seen one that clear before that I could say anything. Like, what? I don't know if I would walk for 30 minutes looking for it, or if I would just say, "Damn, that was
a
was
cool
crazy."
experience
Yeah.
and leave.
And I don't even think if I had, like he said, he reached for his sidearm. Like, I don't even think that would do anything to it.
No, I don't think it would do anything to it either.
No.
And I wouldn't want it to. I don't know, like, only for safety, maybe.
Yeah, for
In case
to
it did
repel,
attack.
maybe, but I don't think it's going to take them down. This thing's been around for centuries, right?
Yeah, I just don't understand why it would show itself as a creature that we would be afraid of.
It's a trickster. It likes to mess with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So do you think it's a spirit?
It's
or
like mocking our previous
or
evolution
just a
phase,
power.
you know? It's like, oh,
Basically,
a being?
yeah.
basically there's a theory out there that I believe that stems from the Bible, in that when a group of 200 angels came down and slept with human women, they produced the Nephilim, and these were like 20-40 foot tall mutations of half angel, half human.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were all killed during the flood. Well, their physical bodies died, but since they were half divine because of the angels, their souls still lived on and roamed the earth, and they are what we consider demons. And not all of them were, pure people-eating evil, but
Yeah.
some of them were just, tricksters. They like messing with people.
And that's what I think is what most people experience today is the trickster shit. Like,
Yeah.
not closing doors, not like turning off lights.
Moving things. Yeah.
Like the like the Sasquatch stuff, because they can take whatever form they want to take. That's more likely like a trickster demon or whatever. But then there's others that are very malevolent, like in Skinwalker Ranch. I've seen movies about it, but then once I heard the true story, I was like, holy crap, the movies, they don't do them justice at all. The true story is far more messed up.
Can you give us a Cliff Notes version of that?
Cliff Notes version.
Well, okay, like an example, one of the things that happened was when the family that bought the ranch, the day they were moving in, they were unloading their stuff, and they were cattle ranchers, and the dad had already put the cattle in the pen. They were unloading their stuff, and he looks over way across the field to the edge of the wood line, and he sees something he thinks is a coyote, and he just stands there and watches it. And as it gets closer, he notices it's too big for a coyote. Maybe it's a wolf. And he's just watching it, and it's just slowly, steadily, trotting up to the family. And it's getting bigger and bigger. And he's like, that is not a wolf. And I don't know why the dad didn't shoot at it to begin with. But basically, he let the thing walk up to him so close that he stood there and pet it. And
He pet
it? Was basically a wolf that was the size of a car.
Oh.
They're called dire wolves. And it was like a wolf the size of a car, and he was sitting there petting it. And even his kids were like, Dad, can we keep it as a pet?
Oh my gosh.
While this is going on, the cattle are freaking out. except for one baby cow. This curious little baby cow pokes his head out of the pen, and he's sitting there looking at this dire wolf. And the dad is standing there petting this damn thing. And then all of a sudden, just in a blink of an eye, it goes from a calm, mysterious creature to zooming over to the pen, and now it's got the baby's cow in its mouth.
Jesus.
And it's trying to yank it out of the pen. Well, the dad and the grandpa run over there and start kicking it and beating it, and they even start beating it with a baseball bat, and nothing's doing anything. So he runs and gets his .357, and he shoots it 3 times in the side. Nothing. The thing doesn't even flinch. He aims and shoots it right in the heart, and blood comes pouring out. Still nothing.
Come on now.
He's still trying
I
to
know,
get this thing out of it.
it sounds unbelievable. This one is hard to believe.
Keep going.
If you keep going, it's really interesting. I'm really intrigued. But it just seems so hard to believe.
Well, none of this is affecting this dire wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, after a couple more minutes, for whatever reason, he lets go of the baby cow and then just slowly turns around and trots off into the middle of the field, turns back around, and then just sits there and watches them. And the dad runs and gets his, I think it was a 30-06, but he went and got his rifle. And he aims and shoots this thing right in the head. And they know they hit it because they could hear the bullet rip through its skull, and they actually saw a chunk of flesh fly off its head. And the wolf just sits there and looks at him, completely unfazed. And then after a few more minutes, he gets up and trots off into the woods. And
Wow.
They give chase, but they can't find it.
I mean, I have a really open mind.
That's a
But
spiritual being right there.
That's it's either a spiritual being, like now these wolves you're talking about. I've heard the term, but I'm not sure what it is. Is it a spirit wolf or is it an actual living animal?
Well, that's the thing is, it wasn't a wolf at all. It was just a demon in gigantic wolf form.
Wolf clothing.
Why didn't it kill the people then? Why did it go after just the cow?
To the tricksters.
Are we protected?
That was the weird thing about the story was none of the people were killed. Over time, and this whole event before they finally said screw it and they moved out. Over time, I think they lost a cow. And after they lost the cow, the dad got sick of it and he took his 2 hunting dogs out looking for this thing. And the dogs caught scent of it and ran ahead into the woods. Well, while he was trying to catch up to the dogs, he hears the cries of pain from his dogs.
Yeah.
So he runs up, and when he gets to where they are supposed to be, there's nothing there except their collars and 2 steaming piles of goo.
Jesus.
What kind of goo would it have been? Like their bodily fluids?
I suppose.
I know you're these aren't your experiences. You're telling us stories from other people. And I'm not saying that they're hard to believe, some of them, but I still believe them. Like, to an extent. But I'm kind of thinking this wolf could have been an actual
Skinwalker
animal.
history is Native American, correct?
Yeah, the story goes is way back in the day there was 2 competing tribes, and one tribe put a curse on the other because they wouldn't give up their land, and then that's when weird stuff started happening, and so that tribe abandoned that piece of land, and now to this day anyone that's in that tribe will never ever go on that land.
That makes sense. Indian stuff. I take that stuff seriously.
Oh yeah.
Their curses, their prayers.
That's why they're allowed to have their own government.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the Indian religion, like their belief
Their
system.
belief, the spirituality, the coming to terms with the other side and connecting and peyote and whatnot, whatnot.
Yeah. I don't know.
There you go.
I know all this is like from, things could be evil, they could be good. I don't know. We don't know that for sure. But why would an evil trickster come after us? Like, why would they want to trick us into thinking they were a Bigfoot or
I want
a
to know
wolf?
why this thing killed the dogs and not the calf.
Oh, I thought it did kill the calf.
Nah.
The calf that was in the pen, they never said if it lived or not.
But it did attack it.
The cow that they lost, I think it was like their pride cow or something. But it actually wandered off it during a snowstorm. And by the time he found it, which was only about 2 minutes later, it had the typical cattle mutilation stuff with it. It like its whole rear end was gone. There was no blood. It didn't have its eyes or its tongue.
What do you think's killing them? I mean, what do you think it was? Your opinion. What do you think could have happened?
Demons.
Demons, of course.
I think when the Indians had their little tiff, and that one tribe did a curse, I think they opened up a portal, and now they've got a few of them just wandering around, messing with stuff.
What is a demon, though?
Do you think that what do you think their limits on the physical realm are?
Yeah.
If you had to guess.
Because it's killing animals, but not humans, so it might have a limit there.
I'm not really sure, but I do know for some reason they need blood.
Yeah.
It's almost like whatever realm they're in, for them to come over here and do whatever they want to do, they almost have to like recharge themselves like a battery, but with blood.
And that's
There's life force from the blood or something like that.
So now that's all like kind of like, I don't know. There were good religions, supposed good religions that did sacrifices and stuff.
Yeah.
But these bad religions always pertain with blood.
The words good and bad are all relative. Come on now.
Yeah.
What's good and what's bad?
Yeah. My head's spinning right now. I'm sorry.
We got her going.
I don't focus well on these subjects because they go everywhere in my mind. Everywhere.
Well, it's just like with back in like BC
sounds like a
times,
blind, a Phoenician blind.
I think it was either the Phoenicians or the Canaanites, but they would sacrifice their newborn children to Moloch.
Yeah, I've heard those stories, like sacrificing children
To the gods, yeah.
Well, do you think that today that still goes on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's
do.
called the abortion industry.
Here we
Well,
go.
not just that. I'm not talking about just abortion.
But yeah, for gods, yeah,
Like-
I'm sure people with religious beliefs.
I'm thinking
In some
celebrities, like the baby blood drinkers and stuff like that. I'm wondering if they're tied into demonic.
Or you got who they sell you have to sell your soul to in order to get famous. You know what I mean?
The devil.
Yeah. Let's put the pieces together.
Which, do you believe demons come from Satan, from the devil?
Or you think they're their own thing?
Are they always here?
No, they're dead Nephilim.
Oh, the ones that just roam the earth.
Yeah.
Some good, some, well, not good, but some just aren't necessarily evil.
What people do is they confuse fallen angels with demons. Demons are just basically like low-level spirits of the dead Nephilim, and then the fallen angels are the fallen angels, and they're basically like the parents of the demons.
Protectors.
A lot of people say that stuff like hauntings and Sasquatch and stuff like that, that's the demons, and then the whole UFO thing, that's the fallen angels.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get people into the mindset of some alien species coming to save the planet and put all the governments into one system and save humanity to enlightenment.
That sounds very familiar. I've heard that many times.
Of course. It's a great story. Great fairy tale. Great action movie.
I don't know, though. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just go with the flow. Let's just say that. On the subject of the podcast.
We'll talk about the UFO thing. You see how much it was all around last year on every single video?
Everywhere,
And all of a sudden it just disappeared. Nobody
I
was
was
seeing
trying to
UFOs
take
anymore.
your mind off of the election.
Yeah, well.
But as far as podcasts go, horror or paranormal, you apparently love the paranormal podcast compared to horror.
And
but there's a big difference there. I'm thinking
Yep.
paranormal's personal.
Yeah.
Paranormal is something you're seeking. Horror is already created.
Yeah.
Somebody creates that and puts it out there and you watch it.
Mm-hmm. No, paranormal
So
is
it's
a
two
mixture
totally
of
different things.
personal experience plus beliefs plus religion plus a lot of things. And horror is primarily just about movies and how much you can discuss a movie and how many ideas you can get for it, I guess.
Yeah, so they're
The horror
totally
would be
different.
way more of a fun podcast to do, but paranormal would be way more in-depth conversations. Much
yes, like this one,
been.
yeah.
Which thank you very much for calling in, by the way.
Thank you.
No problem.
Welcome,
Yeah,
Shannon and Lynn Jordan.
You've made it very interesting. For those of you joining,
we wanted to hear other people's opinions.
Yes.
And find out which podcast topic was probably better for podcasting. And to me, I guess, this one's been all paranormal.
Most of ours turn into paranormal when we talk. It's because it's such a crazy, interesting subject, and there's so many possibilities, and everybody is always seeking for something greater, I guess, like proof that there's something beyond this life, this physical being.
Yeah.
We all seek enlightenment.
Knowledge.
Wisdom,
yes. Whatnot. Shannon, since you're just joining us, we are talking more about paranormal experiences, belief systems, demons, skinwalkers, whatever you want to say. We talked about all of it so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys should go back and listen to the podcast because this is a really good one.
Oh, yeah. This would be a good story to put out there again. Shannon, so if you have any stories, feel free to let us know in the comments. What do you got?
Shannon? Oh, yeah. She's got some stories.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe we'll have her on another day.
My whole is into this. That doesn't read right.
My whole is into this. My whole heart, maybe.
That didn't read right. Oh, hold on. She's coming in.
Oh, we're gonna have two.
We're bringing Shannon in the room.
Sorry about that. I meant my whole family.
Ooh, you're loud. Hold on one second.
There we go. Okay,
tweak the sound here a little bit. Almost blew my eardrums out.
Welcome to the room.
Sorry, is that better?
Yeah,
you're fine.
Okay, great. I meant my whole family.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait a minute, my whole is into this.
Yeah. My whole is into this.
Yeah, my whole is into it.
Let's decipher this real quick.
We don't go that direction in our podcast, so.
Well, we do, but secretly.
Yeah. I mean, my father is a journalist. He writes on it, writes books about it. All his friends are, a lot of them do ancient aliens, and he's was good friends with Zechariah Sitchin, Lloyd Pye, and the Star Child skull that they found. That was an alien.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's my dad's best friend. So he's really all into Mayans and aliens, and we all
That's
are.
cool.
Well, since you called in.
To say that aliens follow, really, families. It's in the bloodline.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. There's something about the DNA.
Yeah, it might be because of them. Maybe they created that DNA somehow.
I think so.
Oh, they had so many rituals and beliefs that the stuff they put out in the universe, I mean, if it's all energy, of course anything's possible. So the stuff they put out was so powerful that it could obviously still be around.
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch, what is that, the Fifth Element? The Fifth Element, yes. With Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
That movie, I swear, it hits everything right on the nail, it's like...
Right.
I never
Big
saw it.
bada boom.
Big bada boom.
I never saw it, so I guess I'm out of the loop on that one.
I thought we watched it.
Nope.
Yes, we did.
Must
You
have-
watched it with
must
me.
have been some other one, not me.
No, it was you. No, it was you. Shut up. No, I love that movie, and since you can't remember it, we're going to watch it again.
Sure.
We just watched it not that long ago.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
well, without spoil, I don't want you to spoil it for me, but
No,
Big bada boom.
there you go.
just
That's all I can say, huh?
big bada boom.
That's the whole movie. I don't want to watch it anymore.
No, that's not a spoiler. It's just the part of it in the movie that's really cute.
This might entice you. The woman that plays one of the main characters is gorgeous.
Mila
yeah?
Jovovich.
Yeah. I think she's beautiful too.
Serious butt.
Mila Jovovich.
She had, okay, maybe this will remind you, she had like this strapped uniform on that come like this.
I remember someone with orange hair or some shit.
Yes,
like
that's her. Yes, you just don't remember the movie.
that. No, I never saw it.
I'm telling you, you
It
saw
was on
it.
like TNT every night for like a year straight.
Alright, sorry, we're done arguing. Anyway, that movie, I think, there was some truth behind that movie. And I always say there's truth behind every movie. But, yeah, that one, I think, really hits home. Somebody did the research with that movie.
Research with aliens?
Yes. We still have them on here?
Yes, they're still on.
My favorite movie is Close Encounters. It just
Oh, I love that one
Steven
too.
Spielberg is a complete visionary. I think he's like a modern day soothsayer, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that one too.
We watched that probably 6 months ago, maybe. Yeah, I remember playing the music in front of
Yes.
the UFOs and all that.
Oh, maybe that's the one I made you watch.
Yeah, we watched that.
Okay. No, I think we saw the other one too.
When that one guy was pulling dirt and weeds and everything through his window, and the neighbors were looking at him like, "What the world are you doing?"
Oh, and he was building the
big ass
hill.
stump thing, yeah, the mountain.
That hill is real.
Yeah, of course it is.
I didn't know that until recently. I thought it was made for the movie.
Wyoming, isn't it?
Devil's
Yeah.
Monument.
Yeah, that's it.
Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower.
Devil's Tower. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Looks like a giant ass tree stump.
I'd love to go up there because I bet you something.
Hmm.
Actually,
the
that's the
Nephilim.
first national monument in America.
Yeah,
Oh, well, that
The
makes
very
sense.
first
Yeah,
one.
I'd say so.
that's
Pretty
cool.
modest.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You probably knew that. I didn't know that.
I'm guessing. That makes sense.
I like to build a house on top of it.
Build a mansion.
We did watch a YouTube video. They drone float over top of it one time.
Is that what we were?
Yeah,
That's how we saw it.
yeah I saw it.
Maybe.
We're like, oh yeah, that's from that movie.
It's from that movie.
That movie I watched
Close
that one
Encounters.
time. So Shannon, what is something you could tell us? What's your favorite topic about the paranormal? Like subtopic? Ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs,
Aliens.
demons, aliens, anything like that.
Definitely aliens, I would say, and other dimensions.
Yeah.
I actually think that we're living on top of dimension upon a dimension.
Yes.
It's like a layer. And I think that that's what, because we're all energy beings. And they say the soul, when you die, the body actually weighs like a
Yeah.
minuscule less the moment you die. That's the
Yeah.
energy leaving the body. And they say that that's, if you use the biblical religion, whatever they say, it's the soul. But you can never kill energy. It just transforms and goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we're living on a plane, and I think that that's what people call ghost. It's like residual energy. I've seen several ghosts, not till I was older, and I don't think you can ever count an encounter unless you have a witness. Otherwise, nobody's really going to believe you. But every episode, every event that I've ever had, there's always been a witness, and I've actually had some unbelievable psychic dreams that came true exactly, and it's kind
Did one of them have to? Did one of them pertain to 9/11 by any chance?
No, one
A
of
lot
them,
of people had premonitions of that.
That's it. That's it's like a warning, and there is a higher being. Like even Tesla contributes his knowledge to, like, how did you learn all this? And he says through otherworldly knowledge. It just popped into his brain.
Yeah.
I am like really in tune with the weather, and I don't know why, but I just am. I predicted Hurricane Katrina and what it would be like. I predicted a couple of tornadoes the day before. I told a couple of my other friends exactly the way it would happen, where it would land. 2 of them would skip the river in New Orleans. I mean, it happened exactly. They all kind of came the next day and went, oh my God, I'm afraid of you.
No, I have a question. I have a good question for you. Could it not be maybe psychic or a premonition as much as it is you're actually more sensitive and tuning into your own natural, like, sensories? You know, like cats and dogs can sense earthquakes.
Yeah.
I can't see why people can't. Maybe some people are just more in tune and don't understand what they're experiencing.
Piece of the brain that's unlocked.
Yeah, it's like... It's not so much psychic as we have always had the ability. We just lost it down through the years, and some people kept it.
Well, I don't think it's really psychic ability because I can't like channel stuff and stuff like that. It just comes when it comes. But everything's a wave and a brain wave, like birds. They know ahead of time when to get out of the way of a storm, or like being super empathetic. I think I'm just extremely highly intuitive.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Yeah, I think there are just people who can harness that. You can unlock it. Some people keep it unlocked from childhood. Some people want it closed off because they don't want the gifts. That they call them gifts, I guess. But I think there are most people that are allowed to see the other plane of existence that does exist. We
or
just
the
can't
other
see
dimension.
it with our naked eye because it's all physical. But we got to break free of the physical form in order to see and break through to the other plane.
Yeah.
And that's when all you get is like deja vu happening, and you know the chills down the spine. All of a sudden, I've been here before somehow, and
it's just this plane's crossing. It's like you're crossing yourself.
Yeah.
It's like you're crossing over yourself.
Yeah. It's like you're saying, okay, I'm on the right way. I'm going the right way.
I've always been a highly intuitive child and teenager. But it got super strong after I had a heart attack and I died at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought me back. But ever since then, it's been on extreme. Like I can feel people's emotions even when they're like 20, 30 feet away from me.
Empathetic.
Empathy, yeah.
It's unbelievable. And the dreams that I have are, I don't know. I have that survivor gene, and it's like there's just some things I know, and I don't know how I know them. And I just do.
Yeah, we've done a lot of conventions, and we've heard a lot of stories about like people who have passed on and came back and had these very clear visions, but then they also had different abilities afterwards, and it sounds a lot like what you had. But I've had some of the most amazing stories from those people. So whenever you're willing to tell us, please, if you could tell us something. One of your best, I guess, experiences after you came back from that.
From passing over.
I think that had to be another show, or I don't know. I'd have to sit down and get ready. I mean, I have a lot of dreams that don't come true, but I've had a lot of bad stuff happen to me, and Seeker told you that. But the stuff you wouldn't believe and stuff I probably don't want to say on this podcast because it doesn't relate to the subject that we're talking about. So
yeah,
but it's pretty bad out there. You never know what kind of evil truly exists.
Yes, and that's why I believe, and I believe Jen believes, if you push that negativity away from you and don't absorb yourself into drama, like don't. I get so hard.
Off of negativity.
Yeah, negativity feeds off of negativity. So, like, you guys talking about demons, and is that Nephilim, I believe you said? Is that what they're called?
No, Nephilim are the giants that they...
Oh, yeah, that's right. But they're spirits now. Seeker was saying they were spirits now. Yeah. I'm thinking it's all in one. It's all the same. Everything is... I'm crazy. Okay, never mind. We're all the same. Like, we're atoms compared to the world, the universe. It just, when you realize how small you are and how meaningless, I can't say meaningless, how small you are in the world, you realize there's no room for negativity because you just want to be positive about everything. I can't even... I was depressed for a long time. That's why he's looking at me like I'm crazy. I had anxiety and depression, and I haven't had that in almost 2 years now. It's like I was freed from a prison. And it's because of our way of thinking. We've trained our brains to only think positively. And
I'm
just...
talking about other world. I'm talking about human evil.
Human. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. I know.
It's just unbelievable. I'll tell you that story on maybe some other time.
Yeah, next time you come in, if we go, we've been going live often, so if you happen to jump in, feel free to call in, and I'll change the topic to whatever you're going to talk about, because
like
I'd
would
love to
have
hear
to.
stories from you.
Yeah, we definitely have to have a topic to run with.
Right.
And it sounds to me...
I'll tell you what the topic is. It's about human experimentation, illegal, and torture.
There we go. I'll write
That's
that down.
that's my least favorite subject in the world.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I hate watching horror movies that have torture. I love scary movies, but if they're tortured, I don't like them. Except for Saw. I like Saw. The beginning of Saw. When the people deserved it. But... torture, then. Okay? People... Evil.
Of course.
See, I'm a good person, though. I mean, I'm the type of chick, I'm a, happy-go-lucky girl who...
Oh, we can tell.
Pretty extremely intelligent, actually. 4.8 GPA, valedictorian. I mean, don't mess with nobody. I'm kind till you screw me over, then I just go away. I don't cause conflict. But a doctor who wasn't my doctor, she's crazy. I mean, she's got like 2 personalities. She stuck this device inside of me when I had a heart attack, and she wanted to use me as a guinea pig. Well, she did.
Okay, this is the beginning of your story. Don't go any further, because we'll keep this. This is good. This is going to be creepy.
It's long too. It's gone on for so long, man.
Yeah, well, we want to hear the whole story. We would love to give you the whole episode, but since we were already going to slowly wrap this one up, I would love to give you the full time next time if you're able to join us.
Sure.
That'd be awesome.
I'm already a fan, so.
You're what?
I'm also on my own podcast where I'm telling the story because it really needs to get out there, because this family needs to go to jail, and they will. So.
Do you have a name of a podcast?
Yeah, it's I'm on Podbean and YouTube. It's you look up Shannon Lynn Jordan. And it's called They Are Out of Their Minds. Here, I can give you a link. Hold on.
Sure.
1 second.
If you don't mind, what area of the United States are you guys from?
I'm in New Orleans.
Okay. Well, that's a crazy state. Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in Pennsylvania.
Ooh, I got a friend in Pennsylvania.
Everybody has a friend in Pennsylvania.
It's cold up there.
It's
I
really
got 2
cold right
friends
now.
in Florida, some family in Florida. I've been to New Orleans a couple times. Love the city.
Yep.
It's
I have a friend in
weather.
Florida. I don't have any friends in New Orleans, but we do watch the live stream of New Orleans all the time. What is that? What's that?
Earth Cam.
Earth Cam.
Wow, it's not letting me do it. Oh no, that sucks.
Now let me load up the page real quick. I'll give you a quick follow so I don't miss it.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, you can do the Podbean. They're out of their minds, and it's got a link to YouTube. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, I only have 2 episodes. So, but it's the 3rd one. The rest is coming. The whole 1st season is going to be dedicated to what happened to me.
Okay, cool.
I want to. If anything happens, I want to make sure it's out there. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And we appreciate you telling us about it, and we'll follow along on your journey.
And I'll share you guys.
We just got a new kitten.
We actually had 2 new kittens, but we had to put the other one back outside because she was pooping all over the house, like squirting diarrhea.
Oh no.
So we have, there were 3 kittens outside that the mother cat, we made friends with her right before she had the kittens. And then she had them on the other side of this fence that's on private property we couldn't get to. And when they got old enough, we lured them over to our side, and we've been feeding them and taking care of them ever since. And then somebody had them fixed. One of them's not fixed. He's staying outside. He won't even get near us. And we made friends with the other two. And the one I think that was going all over the house likes it better outside.
Me too.
And the one that we have in here, she's just a little lover. Oh, she's so sweet.
Side topic, I just subscribed to They Are Out of Their Minds on YouTube. 2 episodes up.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for listening to us.
I think cats were given to us by aliens, too.
I do too. I'm a big time cat. I've got 2 of them.
Push the door open.
That one made me choke.
They're my baby.
I never was a cat person, but I ended up living with a couple, and then they changed my mind, and then this one we got kind of like, I prayed her to existence. And
Yes,
she's
I
just
swear
perfect.
he did. He's like, I want a cat that just wants to sit on your lap all the time. It's only probably about 7 months old.
Oh yeah, not
7
even.
or 8. I mean, she's big. She's getting big.
We've been feeding her since she was born, pretty much. And
Yeah. But yeah, she just gets on your lap and just purrs and kneads and rolls, and you can pet her belly, and she's just a great cat.
Yeah.
I clipped her nails today, and she just let me. All right, you get it?
Yeah, I followed her on Podbean and followed her on YouTube. Followed Seeker already, and I think we're good for the night.
All right.
All right, we definitely appreciate you guys making this episode great. This will be podcast episode number 18 whenever we put it out tomorrow. So feel free to listen whenever you see that. And
Yeah, I'd like to thank both of you.
yeah,
Both
other
of
than
you
that,
for coming on today.
whenever we get on, I think probably the next one, if you're free to listen to Shannon, you can jump on and tell us whatever you'd like to about this big story you got.
Oh, I thought we were going to dedicate a whole episode to
Well,
that.
of course, if she jumps on, I'm going to switch to her, and
Okay.
that'll be the show.
Okay.
You understand?
I guess it would definitely fit in the horror genre.
Yeah.
That works with everything. That's why I say
Like
we're
true
a
life
mixture.
horror. True life horror.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't like real life horror. That scares me.
Well, I like
She's ru-
people telling their story though to get it out there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's been so bad that the thing is I live with their son.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you'll understand why I'm still here.
We'll hear it. We'll hear it. I'm excited to hear
Yeah,
this.
we'll head
story.
over to the YouTube after this and look at those 2 episodes and get a better feel for it. But
Yeah.
we do want to hear more from you. Obviously,
Yeah, well, we
next
can
time.
interview her on the episodes. That'd be good.
Are you on Saturdays always?
No, we've been actually doing this pretty randomly lately, but we're trying to figure out our niche, what night's best, and just pretty much going live and seeing who joins the chat. And you guys join tonight. Every other night we've had a couple other people, so
Yeah.
I would feel Saturday might be the best time. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Saturday evenings.
Saturday's good for me.
All right, even if we do some in between, we'll catch up on you on.
People are up at work, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but if you follow us now on Podbean, you obviously, you know the deal. You'll get the notification, I guess, and all that, so. If you're free, feel free to jump on in. All right, with that, we are going to wrap up episode 18 of the PYSO podcast, which stands for Pour Your Soul Out, because we want everybody to come in and pour your soul out with us, just like we do to you. So, for tonight, we want to thank Shannon, we want to thank Seeker, and
Can either of you have a website you want to share or
Yes.
anything?
I'm a graphic artist. I don't think you want to see my art picture.
Okay. Actually, I probably would love that. We do artwork too.
Oh, I'm on Behance. With Behance, just Shannon Jordan.
Okay.
all right, well, we'll look that up. Seeker, are you on anything for podcast-wise or anything else?
No, I don't have anything.
All right,
You
okay.
should.
Yeah, you have some good stories, man. You can.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you talking to us, and hopefully you jump in next time.
Okay.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Good evening.